Hello, I'm Angela Princeville, and on this segment of Ask AP, I'll be answering the question, my wife keeps talking bad about me to our children. What are my options? So unfortunately, this is a situation we see very often where, parents are talking negatively about the other, whether directly to the children or around the children, but somehow the children hear this. And first off, I'm looking at this strictly from the perspective of the children. I understand that, a person may have um, justification for their negative, their negative feelings about the other parent, and it is what it is, but it is not in the children's best interest, and it is not something that these children need to be hearing. It's not good, period. I don't think I need to, oversell why, it could negatively affect the children psychologically, the damaging effects he has on a shared parenting regime, or even just in having a relationship with the other parent, which again we know would be best for the children. So I don't think I need to go into all that. It's something that shouldn't be happening. If you have negative opinions about the other parent, it's really something that's an adult issue and the children should be protected from that. So in this scenario, what are the options for this parent whose ex-wife is talking negatively to about him to the children? Well, as always, I always encourage parties to communicate as much as possible when you're parents, because there's a lot of little things that come up along the way in parenting children that if you always had to involve your lawyers or the courts, may not, it's just not a practical way. But be that as it may, so first step, try to talk to your ex-wife to see if it's just maybe bring it to her attention. It might be something that's happening inadvertently. So bring this to her attention, and hopefully this is kind of where it ends. If it's not possible for you to have this direct conversation, again, if you have, you know, a peace bond, for example, that prevents direct communication and things like that, then obviously do not do that. In that case, try to reach out to her lawyer if she has one. If you have a lawyer, perhaps have your lawyer reach out to her lawyer to bring your observations to her attention. And, hopefully, again, that would help curb or stop this behavior. Um, and in this process, I want to encourage you to journal and keep notes as much as possible, because if your lawyers and your direct communication with your ex does not work, then you may have to seek judicial intervention. Courts have various tools at their disposal to deal with this, and it could range from a caution from a judge to, the judge ordering supervised parenting time for the offending parent, or no parenting time at all, depending on bad how bad what is happening is. So how would a court know how bad and how persistent this problem is if you don't have records yourself? And remember, the courts are notoriously slow and expensive, and so you may not remember several months from now sort of what happened. So if you can keep, you know, dates and times and sort of what you heard and how it was communicated to you by the kids, and whatever or whoever else, then that would help. When that would be helpful for the courts if you have to go to the courts to seek their intervention on this issue. And remember, court is a last resort, but it might be appropriate in your case if direct communication or intervention of the lawyers is not um, seeing any change. So the judges can either give a caution, and maybe a caution from a judge is all a party needs to be able to adjust their behavior. But if they don't, then their parenting time may be supervised, again, because it's not in the best interest of a child to have to hear these negative comments about their parents being made. And if supervised parenting is not working, and your ex is persistent in this, then you might want to remind her that she may lose parenting time completely with the children. So I hope that helps in terms of options. Try talking with your wife directly to put a stop to this behavior. Engage lawyers if available to you guys, and the courts might be a last resort if this negative behavior persists. And remember, journal, 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 keep notes. If there's emails, save them. Just gather your evidence for when and if you need that. So I hope that's helpful and answers your questions. And until next time, it's bye for now.